Hi guys, today is October 29th, 2020, and futures are pretty much flat for the Dow, but Nasdaq futures are higher as weekly jobless claims came in better than expected, and actually GDP number came in better than expected. So an ugly day yesterday on Wall Street with Dow falling almost 1,000 points, and it was pretty much a risk-off day as pretty much every asset class category was in the red, and people are just scared of rising corona cases and upcoming election next week, and so it was just take off the table some chips and see what happens. But in general, I think you have to be in the market because those people who took off the money from the market yesterday will be piling in the market after the election, I believe, and after we have some treatment or some vaccine in the coming weeks or month from drug makers. So you have to stay in the market even though it's scary and the volatility is high, and but you have to be in it. Okay, so let's jump to SPY ETF for S&P 500, and SPY is sitting right at the support line, almost at the support line. Support line is a little bit lower, but we'll see. I mean, if it breaks below, that's not good news, but if it holds the support line around $325, then and goes higher, then it's good news. So in general, we're in a choppy trading week. I wouldn't suggest making too much of a big moves. Just stay with your holdings because after the election and after we have a better understanding of what's happening with U.S. In the White House and with the coronavirus and better vaccine data, then we'll go higher. I mean, all those people that sold, like I said, will jump in. Okay, so let's jump into corporate news, and if you want to see my trades on pretty much everyday basis, you can check out the Patreon link in the description. Okay, so let's start with Regeneron. Okay, so Regeneron said that the data from late-stage clinical trials of its COVID treatment showed tenfold reduction in viral load compared to placebo, and the FDA evaluating emergency use authorization for its treatment. That's the same treatment as President Trump took, and said that he felt immediately better, and they showed really good data yesterday, and stock is higher, and I actually expect it to be much higher than it's trading right now pre-market, but Regeneron is a buy in my opinion, and in general the stocks that I will give you today are very good buys on pullback, and I would consider those stocks in my portfolio definitely. Okay, so Regeneron is one of those stocks, and I would buy it on definitely, even in this area where it's opening 576. I think it's a very decent buy. So the treatment was successful, and this is really good news for the market overall. Okay, so Moderna, another vaccine maker. So Moderna is on track to supply 500 million to 1 billion doses of its experimental vaccine, COVID vaccine in 2021, and phase 3 interim analysis are expected in November, and said it received 1.1 billion in customer deposits for its upcoming vaccine. So Moderna, in my opinion, is trading too low, even considering the struggles on the market right now, and I think it's a pretty good opportunity to get into the stock because as soon as they have a vaccine, the stock is going significantly higher. Okay, so AMD. So AMD reported really good earnings, better than expected revenue and profit for its latest quarter, and announced that it's buying Xilinx for 35 billion in stock. So very good growth from AMD, and it's pretty much schooling Intel at this point, and much better profit on data centers and gaming and other things. And I actually very much like AMD here, and especially like in mid 70s, I think it's a buy. Okay, next company is Merck. Merck, as you know, is a pharmaceutical company, reported earnings 30 cents above estimates, revenue beat forecasts as well, and raised its full year forecast. Result received a boost from rising sales of its cancer drug Keytruda. So Merck came down after the results, after it posted the results, and it's trading in like mid 70s, and I think it's a really good pickup in this area because um, I don't think Merck showed anything to me that indicated that they're slowing down or anything like that. So I think they're accelerating, making more money, and I think Merck is a really good pharmaceutical company that warranted a pickup here. Okay, so HOG. Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson rose significantly after reporting 78 cents per share versus 21 cents expected. Revenue was also above. It's a great turnaround story for Harley Davidson, and I would use yesterday's pullback as a buying opportunity for Harley Davidson, as I think the shares are going significantly higher. Okay, Twilio. Okay, so Twilio reported a profit of 4 cents versus 3 cents loss expected. It's a cloud communications company and gave an upbeat forecast as it benefits from continued shift to remote work and education. And in general, after the earnings report, a slew of analysts came out and upgraded the company and raised their price targets. And I actually like the stock, even though it fell on earnings report. But yesterday, despite the ugly day, it actually rose. It's one of the few stocks that rose yesterday. So Twilio, in my opinion, is a buy, and it's I think it's going higher. Okay, TWO. Boeing. So poor Boeing. Boeing reported actually better than expected numbers, smaller earnings per share loss, and higher revenue. And CEO expects a significant turnaround in demand in 2021. I mean, they announced a round of layoffs. Boeing shares were lower yesterday. I would use this up as an opportunity to buy the stock because the earnings were really good, and they beat the earnings like by half. I think was expected loss, and they showed much better numbers. And I like the CEO interview on CNBC where he was pretty optimistic and upbeat for the upcoming year. So Boeing shares, in my opinion, at 148 is a steal. Okay, GE. So GE reported a surprising gain, reported 6 cents per share profit versus 4 cents loss. Revenue was higher than expected as well. And yesterday, even though in case with Twilio, it was an ugly day on Wall Street, but GE shares were higher, and it takes a tremendous amount of strength for the stock to be higher on a day like yesterday. So GE shares are higher, and I think it's going higher. Okay, so I would buy G here. UPS, United Parcel Service. And UPS reported 38 cents per share, a beat, and continues to benefit from a surge in home deliveries. I don't know why the stock fell yesterday. I really was puzzled by this because the report was really good and beat by all categories. And I think it's a really good pickup on this yesterday's sell-off. Even at 157 where it's opening, I think it's a buy. Okay, TUP. Tupperware Brands. So Tupperware reported spectacular earnings actually. It's a maker of storage products, earned $1.20 versus 37 cents expected. Unbelievable beat. I mean, 4 times beat, almost 4 times, 3 times. Okay, revenue was well above forecasts. Benefits from more people cooking at home and staying at home. So Tupperware, what can you say? I mean, even though it's an overbought territory, I think the shares are going higher. TUP. Okay, Microsoft. So Microsoft reported yesterday a beat. Reported 28 cents per share beat. The guidance was though conservative and below estimates. I mean, Microsoft was firing on all cylinders, and they showed better numbers in all categories, especially in cloud, in Azure, and I actually like the numbers a lot. And I don't know why they gave such conservative number guidance. that was below estimates, but in my opinion, Microsoft is a buy here. I mean, $2 or $3, it's a buy. I mean, what can you say? I mean, it's going higher and it's benefiting from this environment, tremendously benefiting. And this is the first stock I would run to hide if you are hiding from this current volatility. And Microsoft is a great stock to be in it. Okay, FEYE. FireEye. FireEye is the cybersecurity company, beat the estimates by 4 cents, gave strong current quarter guidance, and the shares were lower because it was, like I said before, an ugly day on Wall Street. But I would use this opportunity to buy the stock because the numbers they showed really good, upbeat guidance, and I like the stock here very much so. FSLR, it's a solar company. First Solar, and they reported earnings more than double 61 cents consensus estimate. Revenue was considerably above, and said it was not affected by the pandemic. And shares, I thought the shares were going to go higher, but because of the ugly day yesterday, the shares were only up. I don't know what. 20% or so. I don't remember exactly, but in general, it's opening lower today, and I would use this as an opportunity to buy the stock. Okay, TPR, Tapestry. So Tapestry is the parent of Coach and Kate Spade. Report quarterly profit of 58 cents versus 23 cents, much better than expected. Revenue above, helped by lower expenses and gains from digital sales. In general, Tapestry, in my opinion, is a pretty good pickup, even though it's sitting in overbought territory. But you see the 50-day moving average crossing to 100-day moving average, and I think it's a really good pickup at this area. Okay, Kontoor Brands. Kontoor Brands, KTB. It's a maker of Lee and Wrangler jeans. Reported $1.33 versus 58 cents, and announced its reinstate its dividend as well. And Kontoor Brands, what can you say? It pulled back yesterday, and I would just jump into the stock because the stock is going higher. I mean, besides great earnings, they're reinstating dividends. What can you say? It's a great pickup here. Shopify. Shopify reported really good earnings, and $1.13 compared to 53 cents estimates. Benefit from brick and mortar retailers turning to online sales to boost results. I mean, people say that Shopify is trading too high. I don't think so. I think it's going higher, actually. So, and the final one I'll give you is Ford Motors. I was surprised by this one. More than triple consensus estimates of 19 cents with 65 cents profit. Results were helped by increased demand for SUVs and pickup trucks. I like the story of Ford, and I think it's a buy. Okay, that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you Monday.